live.
You're live. You guys are live right now.
Welcome.
Hi, Internet.
It's Appy Hour.
Welcome, Facebook friends.
Welcome to Appy Hour.
That's so creepy.
Creeper in the background.
It's Appy Hour. What's different about Appy Hour today?
There's a boy here. We love having boys in our office. Ask Grace.
Grace didn't know that until just now, but okay. So it's Appy Hour. This is for just a moment. I'm gonna stay off camera right there. Molly's right there. She's gonna be watching for questions. Okay, introduce Appy Hour and who you are and what you do.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Appy Hour. I'm Kari. I am the product manager here at Becky Higgins. And so I oversee all of our products that are developed, physical, and then I work with Laurie to work on the digital and the app releases. And I work very closely with Devin on actual development of the app. I am not developing the app, but I work with Devin to let him know which features we need to work on next and work on timelines, and also with the beta testers so that we know that things are before they come out for you.
Kari's a rock star.
Pretty much.
Wendy, who are you?
I'm Wendy. And I am at customer service, and so I talk to the people, to you guys, and I am on social media. I'm watching your questions and trying to answer those appropriately. And I know an app developer.
Sometimes to be appropriate.
Yeah, it is. For me, it's very difficult.
Yes. Especially on social
It takes
media.
a lot of self-control.
And she smells really good.
And I smell good.
That's her special talent.
He's like my fave. I love him. As a friend.
As a
And
brother.
I love his wife
As
a lot
a brother,
too.
yes. Hi, Holly. I hope you're
Holly.
watching, Holly. Is Holly watching your Facebook Live debut?
I don't
She
know.
better be. Holly.
Holly.
Come on, Holly. Picture.
Is she on the Facebook?
Well, I just saw
She's
her
on Facebook.
Snapchat where she was out driving around, so I don't know.
Oh.
So
Surely she
watching
stopped for this.
Yeah.
Anywhere in traffic.
Yeah, or,
Maybe she's sitting in the parking lot at Target and she's like, I'm going to wait to go into Target until Devin's done.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice.
I hope she has an hour.
Yes.
So Devin, who are you?
So I'm Devin, Devin Pitcher. I'm the app developer. Developed the iOS version, the Android version.
Of what?
Project Live.
We've got some new people here.
Okay,
What
yeah.
is this app? Yeah.
So yeah, and I handle the server side stuff too for the print service before it goes off to the print lab. I work closely with Wendy. When she needs help with some technical questions.
If Wendy doesn't know the answer to the question and I don't know the answer to the question, then we go to Devin.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
He's pretty much a superhero.
Yeah, he's
Has a cape underneath his clothes at all times. 'Cause
super smart.
That's what superheroes wear. Capes.
I didn't wear it today. So.
Well,
Well, it's there. Okay,
Always.
so to kick this off, before you guys dive into app topics, in case you're wondering why Wendy keeps looking at the camera and smiling, that's because that's her talent. She's pretty.
smiling and smelling good.
Because when I look like this, it's not cute.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I have 3 rapid fire questions. You're good. Come in. I have 3 rapid fire. You've been here long enough to know it's full.
That was in front of the world.
So 3 questions that are random that I would like for all 3 of you guys to answer.
I can hardly wait.
That will just kind of give everybody a little insight to who you
I
are.
feel like I'm on a game show.
How much? Yeah.
Oh.
How much?
Yeah.
Can
Is
you
it
give her a time limit?
2,500.
Okay, yes, there is a time limit. Where should I start? Okay, ready?
Yes.
One at a time.
Okay.
Name 3 apps that you use every day.
Where are we starting?
Every day.
Instagram, Project Life, and Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
Devin?
Do the Apple apps count, like Mail?
Anything.
Anything, any apps.
Okay, are these ones I work on?
Come
Or
on.
these-
Let's talk long-winded here. Who needs a time limit?
Okay, how about in your just personal life that's not necessarily work related, what are 3 apps you use every day?
I use Mail.
I like that one.
Gospel Library
Yep.
Oh.
Good one.
and Instagram, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Kari?
Instagram for sure. Time Hop for sure, because I love Time Hop. And third, I would say the Project Life app, because I do probably at least open it every single day, but some of that is work related, some of it is personal. So outside of that,
I know.
oh, what?
Paprika.
That's the other one. But
That's
not
a
on a
great app.
daily, but that's my favorite recipe organization app, and I do love it. I don't necessarily use it every single day, but
Hashtag BH favorites.
Yeah,
That is something
and
that
she
it's
brought
on our favorites.
to us.
Love it. Yes.
You
She
introduced
did.
us
I
to that.
didn't personally get on board with it,
No.
but I totally get why it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
I
Okay,
kind of
so there
approach
you go.
things a little differently with recipes.
For
Okay.
that.
Familiar
Wendy?
with paprika?
Yeah,
You
I
should-
have that.
Do
Oh,
you?
you do?
Love
Where
it.
you can download recipes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Totally.
and send them to people and
Yep.
get them at the grocery store. And
Yep.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. Hey, but still visit pages so that bloggers can get their page views.
Oh, to go there for their recipe downloads. You can actually access, Paprika has a browser built into it that you can actually go
Yeah,
directly
yeah.
to a thing and then save your recipe from a blogger
Did not know
website.
that.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Thanks, Devin.
but I guess the point is it's saved, so you don't have to go there afterwards.
Oh gosh.
He's
But they put new
so
recipes out all the
So
time.
smart.
I'm
I know.
sensitive to bloggers.
Okay,
I'm telling
well,
I know. That's really.
I know.
You've got a lot of
But it
bloggers
is a cool
watching, loving you right now.
yeah,
you. Okay, that's what I'm going for.
Right. He came with a strategy.
totally.
All right. Next
Strategy.
question.
Okay.
Name one. Go Molly. Go.
Devin, they're asking if you'll speak up a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
he will.
I have that problem.
We said we needed to put the lapel mic on Devin because, I mean, next
Yeah.
to the two of us, he's a little.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, we would just have to remove this mic, and it would just be the lapel mic. So
I know,
and
it
it
would
would
be-
catch.
Heaven knows I'm
their
honey
voices.
loud.
yeah, because then we can just talk into his mic like this.
Hey, did you catch that?
You know what? Let's try Devin raising his
I
voice
can
and see
speak
how
up.
that
Is
goes.
this loud enough?
Just act like you're really mad.
Well, and you
We
should
should have brought Devin- am.
We should have brought Devin a megaphone.
Yeah.
Or as my grandma would say, we should not talk over you.
Or that.
Okay, we can try
Well, yeah,
harder
that
on
happens
that.
too.
Yes.
Okay, next question. Without the full story necessarily, name one childhood favorite game or toy. When I say that, come on, something comes to mind. A favorite game or a favorite toy from your childhood.
My Cabbage Patch doll.
Great.
That-
For sure.
Yeah,
Devin?
like I waited months for it.
Yeah.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nice. Old school.
Spin the bottle?
Of course, Wendy brings up spin the bottle.
7 minutes in heaven? I can't think of any. I did not play Monopoly.
Wendy really enjoyed recreational games when she was younger.
Last question. Last question, then we'll move into app stuff. Ready? Okay. Think of one life hack that is just current in your life that you're like, yeah, this is a total life hack. Anything.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Instant Pot hard cooked eggs. That is actually right on the top of my list. I got an Instant Pot for Christmas, and I would have spent every penny on my Instant Pot just to be able to make hard cooked eggs because they literally are perfect every single time. The peel slides right off, no gray yolk. I can do it in maybe a little bit less time. It takes about the same amount of time, but I have never been happier with hard cooked eggs, and I literally can cook 18 of them at one time.
And because she told me this, and I asked her specifically how to do it, I can now attest. I've done this 2 or 3 times now.
Have you done it?
Oh,
Wow.
I've never done
Life
that.
changing, right?
Oh, it's life changing. It's a total life hack, and we will be
my
sharing
life
on
hack
social
like
media
6
very
months ago.
soon,
No one listens to that.
specifically how to do it. Okay, because we're not going to go into that now, but
Yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah.
Okay, Devin, one life hack.
Can we go to Wendy? I'm
Okay, Wendy.
drawing a blank.
Something about spinning the bottle.
Not that. Okay, this is the only thing I can think of right now. That if I have a big morning here at the office and I've got lots of stuff with my kids, I don't work out.
Life hack. Skip
And
the
then
workout.
everything's easier after that, just as far as getting this.
And she can then use her arms okay. At the
Yeah,
at the
like after I put my
computer.
makeup on, after I work out, it's still sweating for like a couple hours after because I work out that hard.
And then she has a hot
So-
flash and it makes it works again. And
That's a stupid life hack, but
No, it's not. I asked for real.
that's
Life
real.
hack, Devin.
Okay, so I don't know. This has a lot of downsides too, but I have a daughter that turned 16, so she can drive.
heck yeah.
So I just gained like another hour or 2 in the afternoons. So
Amen.
Driving.
Yeah.
Utilize the teenage driver, hands down.
Yeah, but then you like
For
need Zoloft
sure.
or something.
That's a total life hack that Molly and I have not yet reached.
Oh,
Not
just
yet.
wait.
We're not,
people.
we're not far.
It is
2
good
more years?
stuff.
Yeah, 2 years.
Wait till you see your insurance bills.
yeah, I
that
haven't
life
seen
hack.
that yet.
Worth it. Worth it. I have not had to drive my kids to and from school for like 2 years, and it is dreamy, people. Dreamy.
It makes me worry a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that too. Okay, so that's a whole topic in and of itself.
Right.
So we won't go there. Let's talk about the Project Life app. And what I think would be good is we asked our community online yesterday if they had any questions, and that's a great way to kind of get this conversation started. Molly, why don't you, or Wendy, why don't you review the whole wish list thing and how that won't be the topic of today, but just how we've got that going on.
So we know you have wishes, and I do actually go and put them in a spreadsheet every time you send me an email. If it's already there, then obviously I don't duplicate it, but I make sure that all of those wishes are on the list. Every wish.
There's a real list, guys.
Yeah, that's a
a part of the list that we
small portion
They
of the
can
list.
pause that and
Yeah.
replay.
See how fast I went? And it's blurry.
So what happens, those become possible future updates to the app. We discuss them. There's so much that Devin can talk about that goes into each update, and everything that you guys want, one thing might take a few days and one thing might take a few months to add to the app. So their wishes, we aren't ignoring you. We hear you, and our app is awesome already.
Yeah. But at the same time, not every wish on the wish list will come to the app.
No,
and
it's
we're very
possible.
realistic about that. We're very realistic
Right.
about that, knowing that some features are going to be more important than others, and some features are going to take away from the design of the app and the functionality of the app. And so that's where we strategically meet as a team and with Devin to kind of go over and say, these are the things that people want, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what will function well, what will take away, and then we start to make those decisions and prioritize when and where and how it all is going to happen, because then he works the magic.
Well, and as we've been going over them, these guys have kind of a score for each
Right.
one. So definitely chime in and say what you want, because these guys keep track of how much people are asking for different things.
Right.
And so that goes into whatever score they have, how it's prioritized, as well as, is it feasible, how long does it take, and
Because sometimes
a
Devin
lot
will
of
look and go,
factors.
yeah, it's just not going to happen because it's too...
Right, well,
But not
if
very
it
often.
can possibly cause more issues with
Right.
the app, which we don't want you guys to have lots of little glitches or bugs.
Yeah,
Well-
we try to keep it simple to the extent that we can, easy to use, because there's first-time users of the app, and then there's advanced users, and we want to have advanced features, but we kind of want it to be a progressive learning process, so it doesn't scare new users off. All these features, but maybe some of them are more hidden. Anyway.
Monique, just so you guys know, says,
Monique.
I love Monique.
I love that you guys think of ease of use over tons of features.
Right.
Maybe, I mean, that's the whole essence of the groundwork that we laid at the beginning of developing the app, is that it would be simple for people to use. So,
And yet we know that you want more, and that's why we take the time to go over the list on a pretty regular basis and say, okay, what more can we add that isn't going to necessarily take away, but that will give people more of those advanced features and things that they really want. So we really do try to keep a balance about that, in giving you the things that you really want, but also trying to keep things as simple as possible.
And if you're really sweet and kind and complimentary when you ask, it makes a difference.
instead of...
Like, so annoyed because you can't order your pizza while using the app.
That's coming. We talked about it yesterday, remember?
Oh my gosh.
Devin
Okay,
said
so-
he can make it happen.
This is, did he say that?
I don't know.
This is what I'd like to suggest. So, having said all of that, let's make sure that everyone knows that they can leave their comments. So, you guys leave your comments and suggestions if you have them. We will add them to our list. We're meeting with Devin. We're talking about them all. But for this broadcast, let's keep all of our we won't discuss all of the wish
Right,
lists.
no.
We're going to be discussing.
They know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have seen most of the wish list because a lot
They
of it,
created the
anytime
wish
we post
list.
something about the app, there's typically, I want it to do this, I want it to do this, it should do this, it should do this. And that, like, if you read through those comments, you have a good idea of what is on our list.
Yep.
Because that's where we get it from.
Okay, so since we're not going to be discussing the wish list, but we will be, of course, reviewing everyone's comments. I'm talking a little bit louder because I'm off camera. Devin's going to talk up a little bit just because he's sitting between Wendy and Kari.
I'm just going to be quiet from here on out, people. Just checking out.
This is what we're
The
going to do.
sweater's kind of loud.
I know. Sorry. I should have dressed more appropriately.
So here's some questions that were asked by our community yesterday, between yesterday and this morning. Some really great questions. Somebody was asking, Devin, most of these are for you. You know, you are our special
Spotlight.
guest.
The special
Good.
person.
How long did it take you to develop the app, and how many other developers worked on the app, if any, and what other apps have you developed? This is all from one person, so that's kind of why they're lumped together.
Okay, so that was 3 questions.
Yeah. How long did it take you
Do you guys
/ us
remember?
I actually looked it up because
Uh-huh.
I couldn't remember. Do you know the answer?
Okay, we started in what, February?
It was
Of-
January, February. I think February.
we probably started talking in January
Yeah.
of
And then you were
2014.
14. Yep.
14, and then by February you were sitting in my family room. That's when he
Yep.
and Holly came down, and we were sitting together and going over
Kumbaya
the
around the fireplace.
Yeah. little fireside.
Right. So, and then we released like 6 months,
About
seven
7.
September.
months. So September. Okay, so 7 months of development for iPad and iOS, right? And that initial release didn't have a lot of stuff we have now, right?
Oh.
But it was still
It was
awesome.
super
It was
functional.
solid.
You could still
it
make
was
a page.
super functional.
You could
Yeah.
make lots of pages.
We didn't have printing for till the next
Right.
year.
right.
Right.
I don't. What else?
How many other developers were involved, if any?
Oh, 0.
Devin's the man, people.
That's
So-
why he wears a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. A friend of mine did help with the print service, interface to the print service. His name's Brian Williams, cool guy.
Brian.
Wait,
Hey,
shout out to
Brian.
Brian. Thanks, Brian.
Probably not watching, but
What?
We are so sending Brian a link to
Maybe
this broadcast, so he
someone-
knows.
yeah.
And what other apps have you developed that you're able to share? Maybe there's some that you shouldn't. Maybe there are some that we don't even know about, but whatever you feel like you can share.
Okay, so I developed the Rana Designs app, and there's actually a few of them. Rana Magic, Rana Collage, which before that was called Bubble Frame. It's a collage app. That was the one I did maybe like 5 years ago.
I had Bubble Frame clear back in the beginning when it was Bubble Frame.
Yeah, and you know,
Was that the first one you developed, Bubble Frame?
no, I did some less successful stuff before that.
Sweet.
A lot of failures. before.
Awesome.
Stair steps.
Yeah, I did like the first one I did was it was called Ka-Ching Play Money Bank, and so
Wow,
what it
catchy
is
title.
yeah, rolls off the tongue.
Keep going.
So anyway, it you use it like Monopoly and games to keep track of your money. So you do it on your phone, or like back then it was
Okay.
an iPod Touch. That was my first one. I was going to get rich off that.
Yes,
but-
you were.
Sure.
Yes, you were.
So, I'm
Ka-ching.
still proud of. I'm proud of my earlier apps, even though some of them were failures, I guess.
Right.
But
I
you know,
think
that's how
if
you
you
get.
hadn't, if you hadn't done stuff like that, I've had tons of screw ups, and I would call them failures that lead to
Yeah,
learning and growing.
yeah. As long as you learn something from each thing, and I definitely learned along the way. And you know, Bubble Frame was an exciting one because it actually got a little traction and people liked it, and you know, we just kind of went on from there.
Well, Bubble Frame, at least for me, was one of the first apps that really you could kind of scrapbook on your device because you could add backgrounds, you could add multiple picture spots. I think it started with just circles, right?
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
could
just
add
circles.
squares, and you could add a video clip into one circle and a picture into another. So it really was kind of the first app, at least that I used, that I had exposure to, that you could sort of create a page like that people would consider like that's kind of a scrapbook page.
Right.
So kudos to you, Devin.
Well, thanks.
So another question that leads right into that is that somebody is asking Devin, as a developer, what would you like us to know about app developing? Just in general, I think that that's a very cool question. Whoever asked that, thank you, because as app users, no matter what apps we're using, we just take for granted what we're doing. I even do that as a user of the Project Life app. I love it and use it every day. And I know what goes into it, but even still, I don't know the Devin world, the app developer world. So what would you like us to know?
It's so glamorous.
He does all of his programming poolside in the sunshine.
That's right. Yeah, you know, I'm on the computer an hour a day, and then
Vacation every day.
You're golfing.
It's work. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of struggle. You got to kind of be stubborn, stay with it, and because you run into walls constantly. So, you know, just finding, if you like problem solving, if you like I mean, it's a great thing for creative people too, really, because you're creating something, and so that's fun.
It's highly creative.
So, you know, I don't know. It's a lot of time in front of the computer, so some people can do that and others can't, but I don't like being in front of the computer that many hours, so I have to, you know, I'll take my laptop and go upstairs and sit somewhere. I have to move around and change my environment and kind of, I don't know, try to keep my mind active, but I don't know what else to say about that.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
When somebody has something funky going on with their app and we have never heard of that issue happening before, Devin, he has to be able to recreate it in order to fix it. And so we need as much information with whatever's going on and what the problem is so he can figure it out. And it takes a lot sometimes.
Can you mention the best way for people, if they do have a glitch or a problem or a question, the best way for them to reach
is
us?
always by tapping the green question mark on the home page of the app on the home screen, and that email will go directly to me. Sometimes because you have the problem, you can't use that, and then it's projectlifeapp@beckyhiggins.com, and then I will have to ask you what version of the app you're on, what your device is, what your
But why
operating
tapping
system.
on the green? Why does that make a difference? Why
Because
do you
it gives
recommend-
me all of that information. It gives me the operating system, the version of the app that you're on, and your phone, the kind of device you have.
There you go. So you can see when you tap that and then do report or question or issue, it automatically populates all the information that Wendy or Devin would need to know kind of what you're working with on your phone. Thank you. Appreciate that. I thought about it as soon as I pulled that up. I'm like,
I'm smart.
so, and the other thing that I've learned, I obviously don't know the nuts and bolts, the coding and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you've seen your wish list, and we have a wish list, obviously, as we work through that, and we shoot things over to Devin all the time. We're like, this is really what we'd like to be able to do, or this is what our customers would like to be able to do. And when he talks about it being a very problem-solving type of a thing, I've totally seen that with Devin, because he's like, well, let me think about it. It could work this way. And so we dialogue, a lot of times via email, because he doesn't live here locally. But then he'll send me an email like 2 weeks later, and he's like, hey, when I was doing this, I figured out a way that we might be able to. And so his brain works in a way that is able to take features and tasks that we want to see in the app and really efficiently think through how they will function best. And that's one of the things that I love about our app and that I love about Devin is he's really smart. We're very detail-oriented people just in our business in general. But I know, but really, because we are, Devin knows, we're detail-oriented people. We send lists and checklists and timelines and all that kind of stuff, but he's very detail-oriented as well because he wants the app to function as efficiently for our customers as we do. And so I think it's been a very rare occasion where we have said, this is what we want to have happen in the app, and Devin hasn't been able to figure out and make it just exactly like our brain makes it.
And that's why we always say that he's wearing a cape.
Right.
Because you didn't know this was going to be a love fest. Sorry. But
We
you know,
did.
we did. So, I want to talk about the wish list because somebody else has a really good question. She says, I'd like to know if Devin is overwhelmed with all of the wish list items, or is it is it standard as an app developer? As you're developing apps, is that a very standard thing to have this long list of features? And talk through that a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a standard thing. So I mean, it's just kind of prioritizing. It is easy to get overwhelmed if you try to do it all at once.
We try to break it down for you, Devin. We're like, this month we want this, and this month we want
they're
this.
good about that. So, I mean, it's kind of time management and stepping back and looking at the big picture and, think about what's important and realizing that you can't do it all. So you just have to think about what does the app need, what's going to be best for the app, and
that's our favorite thing about
one thing at a time. And
it is always, but that is our favorite thing. I mean, you have constant and regular communication, especially with Wendy and Kari. But to have you actually come here when we as a team can go through and talk about all that in person, we're just saying sell your house and move here.
Yes.
That's all we're saying.
Just that brand new house.
I know that. Brand new beautiful house.
The other thing, I don't think it's super standard that he has all of these scrapbooking people that he's trying to please. Like, I think it's pretty amazing.
That's unique.
I don't think that's standard.
Yeah. And I do appreciate what he said is is that he'll look at that list and figure out kind of what is best for the app. So as much as we do want to add the features that you want, and we want to make it this very comprehensive and give you everything that you want, at the same time, Devin is very aware of what effect that has on the actual functionality of the app. And so I appreciate that because he's really good at helping us find that balance of what works well for the customer in giving them what they want, but what also is going to maintain the integrity and the functionality of the app in a way that customers are not going to complain about it running too slow, or it's too many whistles and bells, or they can't find what they want because the interface is messy. I think Devin is super great about balancing that.
For sure. Go for it, Molly.
So the question that keeps coming up, can you guys share what is number 1, 2, or 3 on the wish list?
No.
Well, I think it really...
There are a couple things that are no secret that we're trying to do soon. Let's just share just a couple of those.
Obviously, we want to add the features to Android that they have been waiting for.
Absolutely.
So that's number 1. I think that's a big one for us.
Oh, yeah, that's where we
could talk about that.
And so, yes, Android.
Yeah, I was going to say catching up Android, which specifically is related to photo editing. Android does not have yet the ability to create greeting cards in the app.
Or to buy fonts.
So that is at the top of our list. And also being able to purchase additional fonts within the app. So all of those, for right now, really are probably, I would say, the top of our list, just because we do continue to hear from Android users that, well, we still can't do this, and we still can't do this. And iOS does have a lot of super great features, and some of those are just things that, in order to get Android out the door last February 29th, the anniversary is tomorrow. Wow! Which is today or tomorrow. Like,
who knows?
Oh my gosh.
Depends on where you live.
It was
There
the
will be an
29th?
anniversary.
it's practically the anniversary.
No, every 4 years is leap year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
3
celebrate.
years.
We're celebrating today. 'cause
We
it's
are
happy
celebrating
hour.
today.
Devin's here.
And it's the anniversary of the Android version of the Project Life app.
Yeah.
I wish we had
You know what?
blowhorns
We
or
will all
streamers
eat a cinnamon roll for them.
for you on your behalf.
We will celebrate some way with food.
Yes.
So,
Don't you worry.
I
We'll
have
take care of it.
I have a quick request, and then I know Molly's got more questions, and I have a couple more. But I think it's a good time to just, for you, Kari, to mention about our YouTube playlist, because we do have new people
Oh, yeah.
who are not sure about certain things. Can you point them there?
Absolutely. So on YouTube, Becky Higgins LLC on YouTube is who you'll search for. And then we have a playlist that is specific to the Project Life app. And there are several tutorials. Most are fairly extensive because I do them and I'm long-winded.
Did you say expensive?
I know.
Expensive.
Extensive,
And
meaning
they're
they're free. You can go and watch them. You can share them with somebody. But a lot of them are specific to tasks, and I have a list of several others that we're going to be working on in the very near future. We've kind of taken a little bit of a pause because we haven't added a ton of new features, but specifically we're going to be working on one very soon for showing you how to put together a photo book. Just because we know that some people really like the hand holding through that, and so we're happy to provide that. We'll just take your little hand and walk you right through the process. And then we've got several others based on the features that we've been talking about in our powwow with Devin. As these features start to roll out, we'll also be doing tutorials for those. So go and check them out on YouTube.
Okay, so speaking of hand holding, we love the videos. We think Kari does a great job with them, but what our community should also know is we get testimonials all the time from people. So just don't take our word for it. Make sure that you guys go check them out. Even just watch one so you get the sense of like how visual it is.
I highly recommend number 4 on the playlist, backing up your pages.
Oh, yes.
That's
a
Wendy's
great
favorite.
one.
Yeah.
So it's a long one, but it's worth watching. I've had to watch it a few times. So.
Yeah. Yes. And please note too, I'm like, that sounds really like, please note. But some of them over time, as the app continues to evolve, there may be menus that are a little bit different, or there might be a difference on an Android menu to an iOS menu. And I try to point out those differences as we're recording. But for example, one of them with export, it used to be you would go to export and you would choose 8x8, 12x12, or editable backup. And now we've removed 8x8 because we always recommend that people export 12x12. So now there is social sharing 12 social sharing print or 12x12 or hang on, now I'm gonna have to look.
It's a stretchy pants.
But needless to say, those prompts have changed since that tutorial was recorded. So it doesn't it shouldn't throw you off that terribly, but we also don't necessarily plan to go back and re-record those videos just because the menu has changed a little bit. Now it says social sharing, export. This one's from my library, so it's not one that I'm actually, which is why it says update page info. If you were creating that page, it wouldn't, in the app, it wouldn't be right there. But anyway, so social sharing is going to be what you would save. It's lower resolution. That's what you would put on social media. Exporting is going to export your page and save it at the higher resolution. So instead of having to choose between 8x8 and 12x12. Have you not?
Mine is, I've updated. Yeah,
that's
updated right when I
you.
got back in town. Well, maybe I didn't.
Just so we can kind of
keep moving.
going.
Sorry, I didn't mean
that-
to tangent.
So I know that
Molly
Molly.
hit export. That was a secondary menu.
Okay.
Okay, Molly, I know that you've got some questions from our audience as well.
Okay. Sorry.
Actually, 2 of the questions were just answered by you with the app tutorials. Devin, someone wanted to know if you or your family members use the app, and then guess what happened? Holly hopped on here.
Holly! Hi,
Oh, she's not in Target?
She's probably in Target.
I love you, Holly.
Okay.
That's always a good look.
Don't buy anything.
Nostrils in the camera. Double chin, for sure. Oh, I want to freeze frame that one.
It was cute.
Okay, where were we?
Holly.
Oh, do
Hi, Holly.
you or
Holly's
the
my
family?
wife.
Holly is his
FYI.
very attractive wife.
You just
Yes.
didn't
It's
figure that out.
attractive.
She's so
Babe.
cute.
She's
I love
hot.
You
Hot girl.
scored.
her. She's got great taste.
Yeah. I don't know how
I mean, her house is amazing.
how that happened.
She showed me her house. She showed me her house.
Great taste.
It's beautiful inside there.
Just the house, right?
It's super white and gorgeous and clean. And I like it.
Wendy played
All
Skedaddle when they
people.
were over there.
Oh my gosh. I love you. Okay,
gosh.
Bring
it back. Let's bring it
any of
back.
your family members, or do you ever use the project like that for personal
For
use?
personal use. I was
Personal
gonna
use? Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't tell you guys this, but
Oh dear.
I had a goal to make a photo book
Yeah?
this year. The
say.
problem
This year,
I
meaning
have
2017 or 2016?
2017.
Okay.
Okay.
You can
Problem I
text on
have
photos.
is I'm
Well, I can solve it.
I'm always deleting the app and
Oh.
because
So
I'm
your
testing
pages,
stuff all the
backing them
time.
up.
You need to have a separate device
Yeah.
that's dedicated
You
that you are
do.
creating your pages.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
should
just-
ask.
It's like put
your
it on your
boss.
iPad and do it on your
Get you a
iPad.
new
And don't
device.
delete what's on your iPad.
Well, yeah, I can solve the problem. I just
Or buy yourself a new phone. Just for
Just
project
for
life.
that.
Just for scrapbooking.
anyway. I need to follow up with that goal.
Yes, you do.
Now you're held
Oh
accountable.
yeah, we're
There's
gonna
a
follow
lot
up
of
with
people
you.
watching who are going to be asking in a couple of months, hey, Devin,
You know
what's
what?
that photo book coming along?
We could do a photo book flip through
As
of
we
Devin's
should.
book when it's done
Hey,
for
Devin,
social media.
I'll
what do you
buy
think?
your book.
What do you think,
I'll
customers?
buy it.
What Mark?
okay.
What,
Would you like to see a photo flip through
We
of
should put that
Devin's
on the
book
calendar.
when
What
it's
day?
done?
Yes. They would.
What month would you like to have that?
Yes.
Is it going to be like a
you know.
a Project 52, like a family yearbook type thing? Or are you thinking like specific to like a trip or?
Wow, we're gonna just nail
I was
you down to
thinking
specifics.
We are.
like the year.
Yeah.
Like the
Maybe
year. Okay.
52 pages.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
But I'm behind,
That's
so
It's
I
alright.
guess that happens.
there's no behind.
No
There's
such
no
thing.
behind.
So we should talk about that.
Well, and the other thing
later.
is it starts with me taking photos, which I'm trying to do.
Borrow from Holly too. I bet Holly
I
takes
did
photos.
really good the first 2 weeks of January.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Okay, this actually goes in line with, I think, did we post this question earlier on social media? This relates?
Yep.
So my suggestion for you or for anyone who, I'm still talking louder just so my voice carries. I know,
Yeah.
I'm blasting you. For you or for anyone who's like, now it's March and I haven't even done a whole lot, just do like one layout for January, one layout for February, done. Just don't worry about when it was or chronological anything, just say, in January, here are 7 or 8 of our favorite photos, and boom, it's done. You know what I mean? And then you can pick up with your, if you want to kind of do like the week thing or more specific, detailed documenting.
Okay.
That's all.
Or even do like 2 pages per month. So instead of feeling like you have to do something every week, you could just do 2 pages for January, 2 for February, 2 for March.
You have enough kids, just all their little activities, document them,
Yeah.
and you're done for the month.
Yeah. I have 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's enough.
They're gonna think there's like 9 when you say that.
That's enough.
So,
Molly, what else do you have?
That's all I have,
Okay.
other than some wish list items.
So,
Oh, shocking.
well, you guys just leave those wish list items because we will read them and we'll make sure that they're on the list.
Can we say something? Talk about the elephant in the room.
Which one?
What is the elephant?
We've got lots of elephants.
I'm like, what, me?
Which one? Whisper. Oh,
I just want to say that
what do you guys
we're
feel
just
comfortable with
talking,
her
like,
bringing this?
It's going to be asked over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what? We're very transparent around
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
We don't know the exact
No.
outcome.
No,
But we can-
but it's a,
did we put a date on that? I mean, we don't
no,
need to give
yeah,
dates.
we don't talk about dates
We're not
ever.
talking
Ever.
about that. But keep going, Wendy.
okay. I just text over photo. Everybody wants it. Everybody's asking about it. We hear about it constantly. Even when we say we're not going to talk about it, we still get the questions. So we are seriously talking about it. This week, we wanted to decide yes or no if we're going to go forward with that, and the answer wasn't no. Just wanted to let you know. So,
But,
yeah, you guys.
okay, but
At some point.
along with that,
Right.
when it comes is still not
Right.
secured, and not only that, how it comes may not be exactly what you picture, because we are still dialoguing what the function is going to be in the app. So yes, it will be a possibility at some point, but how exactly that's going to function, we're still working through right now. So
The bottom line is
line.
that we are not dismissing it.
Right.
And we
Right.
have
And that's
always-
big news, and I wanted to tell you.
Can't hold it in. Can you?
always, it's
No, I
because it's
can't.
the anniversary of Android. That's why.
That's what
Because
it
we're
is.
sharing big
Yeah.
news.
Totally was not even thinking about
Yes.
that. Okay, so I would like to ask, we've been going for about 45 minutes, so we can end
Holy
any
moly.
time. But I do think that it would be really good to ask each of you guys, if you could give somebody who has either, they downloaded the app, they just haven't used it yet,
Okay.
or we have people who are brand new. They're like, wait, what is this app that you can scrapbook on your phone? What's your one piece of advice that through your experience behind development or customer service or being involved with the artwork or whatever, what's one thing you would advise someone who's new to the app, hasn't used it yet, to help them?
Watch the tutorials.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, watch the tutorials. There's a lot of them. I had Race not very long ago line them up on YouTube. The first 4 are really great ones. It's a great way to start, and that's a lot. It's a lot of time. So watching those tutorials, when you email me, the email bounce back that you get has a link at the bottom of the email to our playlist.
Or
app
just go to
tutorials.
YouTube, Becky
Right.
Higgins,
LLC.
Project Life app.
Becky
No, I'm
Higgins
just saying, you can even
LLC.
just
Yeah,
search
yeah,
on YouTube.
Right. It's super easy
Right.
to find it.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll give my next part. I'm going to jump on top of Devin.
You can steal mine.
Okay, then you go next, because I've got 4. at
Okay,
least.
I have 2.
Okay.
So I think the speech to text
Oh,
is
yeah.
cool.
Talk to text feature
So
for sure.
yeah, so
Siri.
I mean, the app is
And that's in one of the tutorials.
The app is meant to be quick, right? So just put your cards and photos in there, and your journaling, you can just hit the microphone button and explain what the photo says and be on your way. Another thing I was going to mention that some people don't discover is that you can tap and hold a pocket, and it'll lift up, and you can drag it to another pocket, so it's easy to move stuff around and easily, quickly.
Okay, so
wait. Just before you go, I just dropped a card in here really quick. I just know that we have people who are not going to go watch that full video tutorial. When you add a journaling card and you tap right there on the text, add text, do you see the little microphone down there? Okay, watch it. Hello, period. You are awesome, period.
You could have at least put an exclamation point.
Oh, sorry. My text is really huge. Let me just bring that down so you can see. Hold on. Kari is even more awesome! Exclamation point.
Yep, there you go.
And it spelled my name wrong.
And it totally did.
Of course, because it always does.
Also not in focus. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so now I can fix Kari. But do you see that works that easily? That's always a mind-blowing feature that so many people still don't know about. Yep. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay. So I have a couple things. Number one, open the app and use it. That's probably the biggest tip is open the app and use it. Get in there and start tapping around. The easiest way to learn, aside from watching the tutorial, is to get in there and put your fingers on your screen and use the app. So that's number one. But number two for me would be keep it simple. And by that, I mean, don't feel like you have to purchase every single kit. There's like 180 kits or something like that in the app at this time.
But some that are free.
But there are a few that are free, and if you need to know which ones are free, Wendy's got your list. And there will be more free ones that come. We add kits essentially every month to the app, usually 5 or 6 new kits. But I think sometimes we're like, oh, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. We buy so many kits that one, we don't even know what we have anymore. And two, then when you tap on a pocket, you're like, what do I want to use? It gets really overwhelming. So if you're just starting out, and that's where my comments are coming from. If you are just starting out, get in there, use what comes with the app for free first. Get used to kind of like the flow, how you want to use it. And then when you see the kits, because you will see the kits, I mean, we've got tons of them, then start adding to that. But don't let yourself get overwhelmed with the idea of, I don't know which card to choose because I've got 4,000 cards to choose from. I always recommend choosing a layout. It always comes up with design A to start with. And then choose one kit and use one kit on your page instead of trying to mix and match cards all the time. As you get more comfortable and you buy more kits, awesome. Switch it up, make it more creative. But really, my recommendation is pick one kit, stick with it, and get some work done. Once you start to feel productive, then you'll be like, sweet, then you can mix it up and kind of do a little bit more. But
totally.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
Even if you're just starting out, I recommend printing out a couple of pages. Because once you do, you'll be hooked. You'll totally be motivated to go in and work in the app and make lots of pages. So print a page or two. Yeah, they're not very expensive.
Well, they're not, and not only that, like when you start to, like exactly like she said, when you feel them in your hands and you see them, like
you're gonna be like, I am so cool.
It makes you more motivated. Well, not only that, then your kids are gonna see them, and your kids are gonna be like, Mom. Then they're gonna want to flip through it.
Yeah, I have something else. Yeah. Oh yes. Wait. What's today? Tuesday. Is the blog post today or tomorrow?
Oh.
Okay. I was just thinking, just to give people a heads up, that we've got a super, 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 super cool, helpful blog post coming, and I mean super.
Duper.
Like it should have a cape. This blog post. But I think it will be really helpful, especially for those of you using the app who are always wondering about the font size. And it's coming tomorrow, I think. Yeah. But keep an eye out for it.
Can you explain really quick how to adjust the text size up? I think people don't know the one little trick. There's a few people.
Are you going to show them?
While she's pulling that up, can I just say something else?
Yes.
Okay. I think that sometimes people have the impression that they should only reach out to us, you, through the app, whatever, if there's a problem.
Right.
There are such seemingly small little questions that people are just curious about. Wait, can I do that? Just ask Wendy. That is what just look at her. I mean,
super nice.
That is what she is here to do.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. All right, what are we showing?
Showing how to adjust the font size.
Okay, so right here, when you have on your font, you got the row of font options. So you tap on that little A because that's your font size. And right now it's at 33.5, which is really giant. And so if I want to bump that up a little bit, I'm just going to tap on it and it bumps it up by 0.5 increments. You see that? It just goes up, up, up. Now to go back down, we're working on an easier fix for that. But for right
Cat's
now,
out of the bag.
Meow.
just
Put it back in. Quick.
Devin's like, I'm not ready for that.
I'm shaking now because I'm laughing. Use the slider. If in doubt, go a little bit smaller, and then you can just tap here to make it bigger. See, I'm just tapping it by 0.5 increments. Okay. What else was there?
What else?
I just wanted to make sure that people knew to reach out with questions that are really small about just how to do something. Like, that's what Wendy is here to do, and she is always happy to answer your questions.
And I like my job, and I'd like to keep it. So
Yes.
More
Yeah.
questions.
And she's cheerful and enthusiastic at the same time.
I am. When I get your email and I open it up, I'm like,
Makes her day.
it makes me so happy. Especially when I have to bug Devin.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Share the love.
Yes. Devin loves getting emails from both of us. They're
So
his favorite.
Can we just address
Makes my
for people
day.
who came in later that we aren't answering all of the questions about the wish list?
Oh,
I don't want anyone to
except for
think-
reading the comments. Go ahead and
Right.
address that
We'll
one.
be reading those wish list comments. They're all going on the list, and we're talking about them, and we're deciding what is best for the app and for you, because sometimes people that know more know what's better for you and for what your experience will be in the app. And
Devin knows more.
and he
than
knows.
all of us. He really
Sometimes
does.
he just has to smack us down a little bit and
Yeah.
say, no, you can't have pizza in the app.
I have a shout out to one of our customers yesterday. So when we asked and invited people
Oh,
to,
it's so relevant for today.
I know it is.
Oh, yeah.
So relevant for
Okay,
today.
so
I said relevant, like elephant.
So today, as we celebrate the anniversary of Android being released, this is a comment that came from @ssgrieve. Her name is Cheryl on Instagram, and she says, "As an Android user, I just feel blessed to have the app. Whatever you will do, or whatever you do, will be fantastic." So I just think Cheryl and everyone else who's been so gracious in expressing their gratitude for the app, no matter if you're still waiting for a feature or the collection you're looking for isn't in there yet, or you can't yet print the greeting cards or whatever, they're just grateful. And so we just want you guys to know, we want you to know that we love you. Thank you. So.
Yes, and
we do feel that.
Yes, we do feel that.
One quick question is about the reason why the new kits are not in alphabetical order. There's a reason.
There
why.
is a reason.
And
So,
Devin is-
yeah, and that's something that we actually went back and forth on. The kits that you've purchased are in alphabetical order. The more
Are they in
kits,
Android as well?
I'm not sure.
I don't. Think
if they're
so.
not, Devin will.
We
fix
love
them.
Android.
Yes.
Yeah, we can fix that.
The more kits, the reason that they are not in alphabetical order is because every month when kits are added, we add the newest kits to the front of that scroll. Because for the most part, people are looking at the collections every single month, and so they don't want to have to scroll back alphabetically, because then it mixes them in to keep them in alphabetical order, which is why we have opted to keep them with the newest releases at the front
can
of that. So you
find
know
them.
exactly which ones are the newest. You're going to look, and usually the first 5 to 7 are going to be the ones that were most recently added. They're the ones that you're not going to know are in the app if, for example, it's a kit that starts with, like, let's say Project 52 Fresh, and we say there's an update in the app. Well, when you go to the app, you don't know what's been added if you're like, well, was that one there before? Was that not there? Which is why we have kept those at the front of the more kits. That's
The
the
newest
reasoning.
ones will be the first to choose
Yeah.
from.
That's why.
We could add a new section.
Devin! Devin!
Devin's going and adding to his own list now, apparently. So
not
if that
supposed
shows
to.
up,
I
that's
just
all
saw
Devin's
that.
idea.
You know what? I don't think that's a bad
I
idea.
don't hate it either.
I don't hate
Brilliant.
And people have
That
asked,
sounds
can I just
brilliant.
have a star on anything that's new or free
Yeah.
or?
it. Yeah,
So,
no, a
like I
section
said,
for just the newest.
Like newly
yeah.
released or something. New releases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now we're heading back into our meeting.
Yeah.
So
Dang
this
it.
is a
Okay.
good
Yeah,
time.
it's about to come
Way
up
to go,
with,
Devin.
it's about to come up with 5 more questions.
said that
Oh,
live.
Shoot.
Well,
I
you know,
know.
we could just
Facebook
keep
Live.
this running
Don't hold your
live.
breath for it yet, people. But
Yeah.
he's got a list.
It's
I'm
not
just
a-
telling you, he's like we've got him pretty well scheduled out for
We do.
a while. If you can squeeze that in.
If they've learned nothing else, they've learned how much goes into the development of an app to begin with. Yes, but the upkeep of every single month, there is more that and we haven't even talked about artwork so much, but everyone knows that comes every month. Devin,
and hopefully they know how much we love Devin. We always say how much we love Devin, and we like that he likes to watch our Appy Hour because I think he's afraid we're going to say things we shouldn't,
Right.
or that he might have to correct us on something. But we always say how much we love Devin, but we really, truly love Devin. We're so grateful that he's amazing.
I'm going to cry when he leaves.
It's mutual.
Oh,
You guys are great, and
we feed him.
it's an awesome app
It is an awesome app.
and an awesome community too.
yes.
That's true.
Amen
Yes.
to that.
Word to your mother.
Word out.
We love this community for sure. And on that note, with all of this love fest,
Peace
out.
out.
Bye.
Bye, guys.